So 3.3, we're gonna solve equations with variables on both sides. So see this equation right here. 7n minus 5 equals 10n plus 13. Okay. We want to get all the n's on one side of the equation and all the numbers on the other side of the equation. Okay? Now, here's my hint to you. Whatever side has the bigger n, that's the side we're going to move the n's to, so that I don't have to deal with negatives.
So it'd be 10?
So this side has a bigger n, yes?
Yes.
How do I get 7n over there?
It'd be -7.
Wait.
Sort of. What do we call that?
7?
How do I get 7n over here? What do I have to do?
Add
Plus
them,
n.
add
Well,
them
not
back.
add, because this is already positive, so I have to subtract. So I'm gonna subtract 7n from this side and subtract it from that side. Here it cancels, yes?
Mhm.
And you have -5 equals, what's 10 minus 7?
3.
So you get 3n plus 13. Okay, now, here's a number, yes?
Yes.
How do I get this number over to that number? You subtract. So I'm subtracting 13.
So technically adding, but it
Yeah,
would be
so what's -5 plus -13?
-18.
-18 equals 3n. How do you get n by itself when there's a 3 in front? You divide by 3. So n equals, what's -18 divided by 3?
-6.
-6. So we do not have two variables, we have the same variable, just on two sides.
Do you have to do like 3s?
You have lots of steps, yes.
Yeah. We'll just say we have lots, yeah.
Yeah, we'll go with that
We
one.
having more problems with the homework?
Yeah, you will have some word problems on the homework. You will always have word problems in my class.
Don't change anything, son.
I don't like word problems. They're my enemy.
What?
Are we gonna have to check?
I think you do on your homework, yes.
Uh,
Well, listen,
Not that hard.
if I have to check this, look at what I do. I have a 7 here, right?
Yes.
I plug in a -6
Yes.
minus 5 equals 10 times
-6.
plus 13. What's 7 times -6?
-42.
-42 minus 5 equals -60 plus 13. What's -42 and -5 together?
-47.
Good. And what is -60 plus 13?
-47.
-47.
Boom, that's how you check. So you plug
Oh.
that -6 anywhere there's an n. Does that make sense?
I think so,
And
yeah.
then you do order of operations. Okay, let's talk word problems.
Boo.
Woo!
I don't like word problems.
Okay, the Spanish Club is arranging a trip to a Mexican restaurant in a nearby city. Those who will go must share the $60 cost of using a school bus for the trip. That's a cheap school bus.
Yeah, it is a cheap
Okay. The restaurant's buffet costs $5 per person. How many students must sign up for the trip in order to limit the cost to $10 per student?
Dang, that's cheap.
Okay, we've got to make a problem out of this. Okay, now, how many students must go on the Spanish Club trip to the Mexican restaurant as described in order for the cost to be $10 per student?
We don't know.
Okay,
So
well,
that would be X.
let's figure it out. Okay? Do we know how many students are going?
No.
No, but do we know how much money we want it to be for each student?
Yes.
Yes.
What?
$10.
$10. But each of those students would have to pay $10, so it would be 10 times
S.
S. Does that make sense?
Sort of.
So this represents what we want it to be per student.
Oh.
That's going to be set equal to our overall stuff.
60.
60, okay, plus what?
$5 per person.
Plus 5,
$5 per S.
yes, plus 5x. Good. Set up my equation. Okay, you break it down. What you want the cost to be per person equals the overhead cost plus the dinner. Okay, the bus plus the dinner. Now, how do you think we should solve this?
You can cancel out -5 by on both sides.
Minus 5s on both sides. What is 10s minus 5s?
5s.
So I get 5s equals 60,
60.
because those cancel. Now what do I do?
You divide.
Divide.
Divide
By
by
5s.
5. And my students are going to have to pay how much money?
$12.
Or, I'm sorry, not my students are gonna have to pay. How many students are going to have to go? 12 students. So only 12 people have to go on this trip for it to be $10 per student.
That's cheap.
So if more than 12 people go, it's gonna be even cheaper.
That is cheap. Gosh.
Pretty good, right, for a whole buffet and everything?
Yeah.
Way too cheap.
Okay, so when you are doing word problems tonight, you might need to ask some help on them, okay? And we
I
can
don't like
talk
help.
them out, but you need to talk them out. If you talk to yourself and ask the questions, what's the total that I'm trying to do? Okay, and what does the total equal? Like, what are the things that go into making that total that I want? Okay, because you're probably going to have a variable on both sides of your equation. Okay, let's solve this. How would I solve this? How about, Grace, you tell me what my first step is to solve this. I have 5 parentheses, 2x plus 1 equals 10x. So think order of operations. What do you want to do first?
Distribute.
Distribute. Good. So what's 5 times 2x, Grace?
It's 10x.
10x, and what's 5 times 1?
5, sorry.
No, you are perfectly fine. Now what do I do, Grace?
You add, 5 plus 10x.
No, can't add them. Is there an x with that 5?
Yeah, no.
No, so I can't add things if they don't have a variable with them. Okay, I can't add variables and non-variables together. But I want to get all of my x's to the same side. So how do I do that? What?
Do you subtract 10x?
You do, and I know why you're looking that way, because it's gonna be weird, isn't it? What happens here? You get 5 equals 0, because 10x minus 10x is
Should it be
0.
5? Should it be 5?
So 5 equals 0, so here's the deal, okay? This equation, is this statement true? Is 5 equals 0?
No.
No, so you might run into this on your homework from now on.
Ours did too.
When something equals something that it's not, it's called no solution. So if you get an equation that says, when you solve it, if you get an equation that says 12 equals 4, that's not a true statement. So your answer is no solution,
12 equals 4.
okay? Negative 7 equals 42, no solution.
Oh, it's supposed to be a bit,
If we get rid of the variables, there is no solution, okay? If my answer would say 0 equals 0, then it would be infinite solutions.
Hold on, I need to
Zero
write this down. What am I
equals
talking about?
Yeah, if it comes out to be a true statement, 1 equals 1, infinite solutions.
So like.
So
it's the
if you
same
get
number?
rid of the x, if I get rid of the x, okay? The whole point is to solve for x, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I have x equals something, that means x equals that number. Easy peasy, okay?
I'm a squeezy.
Wait, infinite solutions like if they're the same number.
Yes, if you have a number that equals a different number, it's no solution. If you have a number that equals itself, it's infinite solutions. This is never going away. It will be through the rest of your math career. Those will be the,
Woohoo.
yes.
Great.
Okay, actually, I will tell you right now, my high schoolers, my Algebra 2 kids are like, praise God when it's no solution and infinite solutions. It means I have less work to do. Because when we solve equations that have 3 different variables in them, it makes life easier. You can just quit after the first one and you're like, I'm done, I don't have to do anything else, okay? Now, let's look over here, okay? This one's gonna be interesting too.
Ooh,
Okay,
do we distribute first?
we do distribute, so we're gonna distribute on this side of the equation first. What's 2 times 3x?
6x.
Plus
And what is 2 times 1?
2.
2. Now what are you gonna do?
Oh, I know.
Gaga?
You can subtract 2 on both sides.
No.
6.
Well, okay,
6.
you wanna, look, it doesn't matter which order we do it in, but if I do 6 on both sides, then I'm going to have a cancellation and a cancellation, and you get 2 equals
2.
Infinite solution.
solution.
infinite solutions.
So that means we don't have to do anything.
Okay, right.
But we did if we did 2 by 2, subtract 2.
Do you know what else it means you don't have to do?
Check.
Woo!
Can you just put INF?
Wait, why do you have to check our word?
You can
Oh,
abbreviate it.
yeah,
You can
okay,
just
okay.
put like I.S period.
Okay.
Infinite solutions. Okay.
How do you check our word in this case?
On this, the reason it's infinite solutions is because if I plug a 4 in here and a 4 in here, I'm gonna get the same answer. If I plug a -2 in and a -2 in, I'm gonna get the same answer. If I plug a 0 in or a 0 and a 0 in, I'm gonna get the same answer.
A 1,000.
That's why it's infinite solutions. I literally can plug any number into X and I'm always going to get the same answer.
Even a 1 million,
Yeah.
billion, trillion,
Mhm.
octillion,
That's why it's infinite solutions.
Wait, what was the last one you just said?
octillion.
Oh,
I've never heard of that in my life.
don't know that that's a thing, but.
I don't know.
I know trillion
Okay,
is.
now, find the perimeter of the square. This is
Okay.
very similar to what we did the other night. Now, what do you know about a square?
It's a
It
square.
has all sides are equal.
All sides are equal. But look at this. This is 2x and that's x plus 4.
So it'd be -2x. Wait, x equals negative like
Okay,
2?
so listen, don't let this trick you up. You follow what it says. You find the perimeter of the square.
Oh.
I guarantee when you plug a number into this x and multiply it by 2, it's going to give you the same as if you plug the number in here and add 4 to it. Okay.
I guess.
So, how do you find perimeter of something?
You take all the sides and add them
Okay,
together.
so this side is 2x as well, right?
Yes.
And this is x plus 4, right? So I'm gonna say 2x plus x plus 4 plus 2x plus x plus 4, just like we did the other night, yes?
Yes.
Okay, and we want to find the perimeter of this.
That's
Okay?
a lot of x's.
We wanna find the perimeter of the square. Now, here's the deal. That's how I find the perimeter, correct?
Mhm.
But can I find an actual number answer if I just do that?
No.
No. So we need to find a number answer. Okay, so let's think this through. You told me on a square, all sides are,
Equal
which means this equals
that.
that. So if I set up 2x equals x plus 4, can I get a number to plug in for x?
Yes.
Yes.
I know what it is, I think.
Okay, give me a second. How do I solve this, Gabby, first?
So wouldn't you distribute? I'm pretty sure.
There's nothing to distribute.
No, never mind.
I wanna get all the x's.
I put Y.
I wanna get all the x's to one side.
Put on this. Oh, you subtract.
Subtract x from here and
Uh-huh.
subtract x from here. What's 2x minus x?
What x?
Just x. And then this cancels, so you get x equals.
4.
Okay,
Oh,
now I have a
good.
number, yes?
Then you plug it in and check it.
So then I plug it in and check it. So let's do this first. Before I plug it into all of these x's, x, 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 okay, why don't I combine like terms and like make this a smaller equation, so I just plug it in once. What is 2x plus x?
3x.
Okay, what's 3x plus 2x?
12.
No,
5x. What's 5x plus x?
6x.
That takes care of all those, see? What's 4 plus 4?
8.
And what am I doing with this 4?
You're plugging it in.
Plug it in there, so I get 6 times 4 plus 8. What's 6 times 4?
24.
24. What's 24 plus 8?
32.
Boom. It's 32.
So
the
32 is
perimeter.
your answer also?
Get
So
my
you have two
perimeter.
answers?
No, not 2 answers. Look, the only question it asks is what's the perimeter?
Oh.
My perimeter is 32. I had to find x before I could solve for that.
Oh.
Okay, does that make sense? Okay,
Yeah.
so listen, there's a little extra thinking in this, yes?
Yeah, there's a lot of extra
A lot of
in
extra
this.
thinking, okay? You have to show me all of your steps so that I can see where we went wrong or what we're doing right. Yes,
What would be like an object that had like all equal
they're not
sides?
gonna do that for you.
Okay.
They might give you something like an equilateral triangle or something like that,
Okay.
okay? But they're not going to do it tonight for you that where it's not equal.
Okay.
If they did, they would give you a number to plug in,
Alright.
okay?
Okay.
I promise they will not trick you up like that.
You promise that?
I promise.
Okay.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm gonna stop this film and upload it, and then we're going to give you some homework.